Good morning, Cullman, and thank you for joining us on Cullman Today. I'm your host, Dustin Isom, and today is Monday, December 9th. Coming up on Cullman Today, we'll provide you details about a fire that displaced residents at the Anderson Motel, show you how to forge your own lucky horseshoe at the Cullman Christkindl Market, and share highlights from Holly Pond Senior's festive Christmas party with a surprise guest. All this plus sports, weather, and more, but for now, let's dive into the top stories happening in Cullman today. Now through December 23rd at the Cullman Christkindl Market, you can try your hand at blacksmithing with Iron Bendy's master blacksmith, Ukrainian artist Artem Markshak. For $50, participants can forge their own lucky horseshoe under his guidance and take it home as a keepsake. Let's take a closer look with our own Jen Baker reporting.
Here in Cullman's Christkindl Market, there is a variety of creative booths. You can also learn iron bending with Ukrainian blacksmith artist Artem Markshak.
Right now, I'm from Tennessee, but I'm Ukrainian originally, and I do master classes in Alabama right now, so welcome. In a master class, mostly horseshoes, because with horseshoe you can try mostly every part of blacksmithing, and you can see the basic of blacksmithing with horseshoe. You can see how to cut the metal, how to forge the metal, how to slide it, how to laugh when you slide it. And after master class, you can take your horseshoe with yourself, and you can see how luck coming to you in your future life. So my master class is a point of your life.
Improvised. Let's go to the bathroom.
Hold it here. Wait until it will be run. Do you remember raspberry color?
What raspberry is?
Just imagine the raspberry color. I'm not telling you when you have to do that. I'm not telling you.
Here now. Oh man, thank you.
God bless me.
Appreciate it. That's awesome.
For more information on this blacksmith, check out their Facebook page under Iron Bendy. I'm Jen Baker with the Cullman Tribune.
Thanks, Jen. And in other news, Fairview Elementary School is hosting a winter coat and shoe drive, collecting new and gently used coats and shoes for community members in need. Donations can be dropped off at the school's office during school hours now through December 19th. Assistant Principal Robert Strain says this is the second time they've organized the event. He shared, "The first time we were able to do this was back in 2018. We had planned to do it again in 2020, but COVID hit and we were unable to. With this drive, we're looking for new and gently used coats and shoes." The collected items will be distributed to anyone in need on December 20th from 2 until 6 p.m. in the K1 building at the school. For more information, you can call 256-796-6304 or visit their Facebook page. Fairview Elementary is located at 700 Wesley Avenue North in Fairview. And to finish up our top stories this morning, seniors at the Holly Pond Senior Center got into the Christmas spirit during their holiday party lunch on Friday, December 6th. They enjoyed homemade Thanksgiving-style meals and desserts and were surprised by WVTM 13 Chief Meteorologist Jason Simpson, a Holly Pond native who joined in on the festivities. Here's our own Jen Baker with more.
The seniors at the Holly Pond Senior Center are having a Christmas party lunch. Meteorologist Jason Simpson will be celebrating, and the Holly Pond Bronco Band is putting on a show.
Christmas family. I like the Christmas carols. I love what Holly Pond does with lighting the tree. We've added more Christmas carols with the band playing, not just a little kind of like a Salvation Army band. That's what I miss. You go into the department store and you see and hear it from the parking lot walking up.
Yeah.
You hear the bell and you hear the band playing. And it's just standard Christmas carols.
The Christmas celebration sure brings joy to the Holly Pond seniors. I'm Jen Baker with the Cullman Tribune.
Thanks, Jen. And that's all for our top stories this morning. After the break, we'll bring you highlights from an exciting night of high school basketball between Holly Pond and Good Hope. Sports is up next. Welcome back. In sports today, we're recapping the thrilling basketball matchups between the Holly Pond Broncos and their county rivals, the Good Hope Raiders. But before the start of the varsity girls game, friends, family, and former players gathered for a special ceremony to name the court after legendary Holly Pond basketball coach Dwayne Adams. In his tenure coaching the Broncos, Adams collected 312 career wins, making him the winningest coach in school history. He led Holly Pond to 9 county championship game appearances, 8 area championships, 6 Elite 8 appearances, and 3 Final Four appearances. Adams was also a member of the inaugural class of the Cullman County Sports Hall of Fame. Once the games tipped off, the Lady Broncos jumped out to an early lead over the Lady Raiders, but Good Hope was able to close the gap by halftime. The momentum continued into the third quarter as the Lady Raiders outscored Holly Pond 31-21 in the second half to come from behind and earn a 50-46 win. In the boys' game, the score was knotted at 29 at the half, but Good Hope took the control in the fourth quarter to pull away with a 67-53 win over the Broncos. In the girls' game, Ava McSwain led Good Hope with 24 points in the win, followed by Jolie McCann with 14. Ava Thomas led the way for Holly Pond with 20 points in the loss, and Madison Butts added 10. Tucker Malin led all scorers with 28 points in the win. Jacob Haynes posted 18 and Gavin Pace finished with 8. For Holly Pond, Kate Albright led the way with 17 points and Sawyer Ollinger added 13. Good Hope will return home to play Cold Springs tonight, and both Bronco teams will be back home to host Cold Springs on Tuesday. And that wraps up sports for today. Up next, we'll bring you 4 stories in under 4 minutes, including how the DA's office is aiding the Sheriff's Department, a big win for Cullman High Theater, and holiday events at Chick-fil-A. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back. Now it's time to speed things up with a news rundown. 4 stories in under 4 minutes. On Saturday night around 10 p.m., Cullman Fire Rescue responded to a fire at the Anderson Motel on 2nd Avenue North. 5 units were damaged by flames and 15 others suffered smoke damage, displacing 25 residents. No injuries were reported. The Red Cross is providing temporary accommodations for those affected. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. And in other news, on Thursday, December 5th, the Cullman County District Attorney's Office donated equipment to the Cullman County Sheriff's Office to aid in monitoring sex offenders as required by the Alabama Sex Offender Registration and Community Notification Act. Cullman County District Attorney Champ Crocker expressed his support, saying, "Sheriff Gentry and his deputies are the best in the state at monitoring sex offenders in Cullman County. They go above and beyond to make sure our children are as safe as possible. I wanted to help them in this mission and make sure these sex offenders are always monitored as the law requires." The donated equipment, including a desktop computer, monitor, iPad, and scanner, was made possible by a grant awarded to the Alabama Office of Prosecution Services by the Department of Justice. Next up, Cullman High School Theater, directed by Wayne Cook, has won Best in Show at the State Trumboer Festival, becoming state champions with their production of The Old Man and the Old Moon. They also received an invitation to the Southeastern Theater Conference. Senior actor Slade Turbyfield was named Best Actor and Performer. The school also took home awards for Best Sound Design and Best Lighting Design. All-Star Cast honors went to students Jameson Inshow, Bailey Henderson, and Caden Fales. Additionally, student Jill Blocker won first place in puppet design, and Lily Abbott was recognized in comedic musical theater. Director Wayne Cook shared his excitement, saying, "It's another magical night for Cullman Theater." And finally, Chick-fil-A Cullman is spreading holiday cheer with 2 upcoming Christmas events for the whole family. Cookies and Milk with Santa Cow will take place on Tuesday, December 17th from 5:30 until 7 p.m. Families can meet Santa Cow and his helper elf, take photos, and enjoy free cookies and milk on a first-come, first-served basis while supplies last. Sales and brand growth lead Savannah McHaffey says this event has been a holiday tradition for over 10 years. The second event, Minis with Mrs. Claus, is set for Monday, December 23rd from 8 until 9 a.m. Attendees can meet Mrs. Claus, take photos, and send last-minute letters to Santa back at the North Pole. Mahaffey notes that this has become a new tradition within the last 3 years. For more information, visit CFA Cullman on Facebook. And that's your 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Now for a quick break before we look at the weather ahead and pay our respects with obituaries. I'll be right back after this quick message.
Step into Cullman, where local heroes and community spirit shine. Introducing Community Matters Magazine from the Cullman Tribune, your guide to inspiring tales and community spirit. Celebrate our local champions and dive into the festivities at Christ Kindle Market. Feel the season's cheer and discover stories that inspire. Community Matters Magazine. Connect with your community. Find your free issue at these locations or download a copy online.
Welcome back. Let's take a moment to pause and remember those who have lost their lives this week as we turn to obituaries. Norma Faye Ellard, 86 of Hanceville, passed away on Friday, December 6th. Funeral service for Mrs. Ellard will be at noon on Wednesday, December 11th, in the Holly Pond Funeral Home Chapel. Burial will follow in the Holly Pond Cemetery. Visitation will be on Wednesday from 10 a.m. until noon. Alton Lee Davis, 77, passed away on Saturday, December 7th at Cullman Regional. Graveside services will be announced at a later date. Ruth Hacker Henry, 95 of Cullman, passed away on Thursday, December 5th. Graveside service will be Sunday, December 15th at 2 p.m. at Cullman City Cemetery. That finishes up obituaries for today. Our thoughts and prayers go out to their friends and families. Now, let's take a look at today's weather forecast. Today, we have a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms, with cloudy skies and a high around 64. Tonight, expect more rain and possibly a thunderstorm. There's a 90% chance of precipitation, and temperatures will dip to around 57. Tomorrow, the showers continue with a 90% chance of rain throughout the day and a high near 65. Tomorrow night, the rain begins to taper off with a 40% chance of showers before midnight. It'll be mostly cloudy and much cooler, with lows dropping to around 32. And that wraps up another edition of Cullman Today. We appreciate you sharing your morning with us, and remember to stay connected by following us on social media and visiting CullmanTribune.com for the latest from our community. We'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m., but until then, I'm Dustin Isom with Cullman Today, wishing you a great Monday, Cullman.